Hello again, everyone. Yeah, sorry I didn't upload yesterday. I got kind of busy, but I'm glad I can catch you guys right about now. Since it's still technically Saturday for me, but it probably won't be by the time the video uploads. So I'm going to be doing 3 videos today. A part 2 and 2 new. To make up for the lost time, you know? Now, as you can see, this will be the first part 2 we'll be doing. What if female deku was Darjeeling? I see a lot of you guys quite like how I did this, so I'm going to continue it. And I kept along the same lines. Putting in some flair from a different series into it, from a different anime into it, but I got intrigued with the idea, so I'm going to make that idea into an actual what if. So, let's get started. Where we left off. After the events that transpired, Darjeeling goes home. When she has returned to her hotel, she is greeted by a little mouse man. Welcome home, Miss Gray. And who might you be? Darjeeling would respond with curiosity. I am Nezu, headmaster of UA. I'm here to tell you, not only did you pass, but you also been granted the position of student council president of UA. Darjeeling would stand there for a bit before quickly composing herself and respond with a polite bow, and then would ask, Why was I given this opportunity? I'm sure there are others who would be more qualified than me. Nezu is happy to see how humble she was, and then after a few minutes, Nezu would respond to her question. Well, in other schools. Maybe in other schools. Well, damn it, sorry. Well, in other schools, maybe. But but here in UA, we look for the best. And you, even after I told you about how you were guaranteed a position of power within the school, and you respond humbly, even rejecting the offer, so you passed my test. Everything goes silent for a little bit. Then Nezu breaks the silence. So, Miss Gray, one more thing about being the student council president. You will have to, on occasion, visit the hero classes and participate in their activities. Darjeeling would stand there. Damn it. Darjeeling stands up and kneels to Nezu. Sir, I accept the position. Now, like an English knight once said, I hereby pledge by thy sword to serve and help those in need of it. Nezu would give a small chuckle. Rise thy head and stand strong. With the hope of others, I believe it went right. Wait. Rise thy head and stand strong with the hope of others. I believe that's how it went, right? Darjeeling gave a small chuckle. For a few hours, they would talk more. Then, while drinking some of Darjeeling's homemade tea, a tea stem would go upright in her drink. Darjeeling, noticing this, would say, "An upright floating tea stem. You're familiar with the traditional proverb, aren't you?" No, I don't. I don't. I don't think I am. Actually, care to tell me, Miss Gray? Nezu would respond with curiosity. When a tea stem floats on its end, you'll soon have a splendid visitor. Nezu would begin to laugh, then ask Darjeeling, May I ask you for help with a bet I made with the teacher of UA? Oh? And what is this bet? Darjeeling would respond with curiosity in her voice. Eraserhead thinks he can disable your quirk. Eraserhead thinks if he disables your quirk, it would make your tank disappear. Nezu would respond with a smile. Oh, well then, I guess it would be a good way to learn about my quirk. Darjeeling would respond with a sly smile. They would talk for a good bit till nightfall. Would come. Nezu would then leave, wishing Darjeeling good night, and he'll see her tomorrow. But he'll say one more thing. One last thing. Oh, that reminds me. Make sure you prepare a speech for tomorrow. You don't want to be a sham during your first introduction during the orientations now, won't you? Don't you? He would then close the door, leaving Darjeeling alone and frantically run into her laptop and starts typing away on it to prepare a speech. We now fast forward to the gates of UA the next morning. Darjeeling stands there looking at the gate, looking at UA, thinking to herself, "Calm down, Darjeeling. You finally made it. Keep calm. Keep cool. Compose yourself. This is not how a proper English lady would act. Don't let that side of your personality show." While she was deep in thought, she would be tapped on the shoulder by someone. She would turn around to face this someone, it being Monoma. "Monoma, good morning." Darjeeling would respond a little quickly and breaking her silence, or her train of thought. Monoma quickly responds with, "Good morning, Darjeeling. I see you got into UA. I assure you I'm going to be seeing you at the orientation." Darjeeling with a smile, saying, "Oh, you will, and I actually be doing a speech during it." Monoma would stand there for a bit, thinking, and then silently says, "Oh, and how would you be doing that?" Darjeeling chuckles a bit, saying, "Well, apparently I'm the student council president now." If there would be a pen that would drop, Mona would certainly drop the pen. And I'm pretty sure if he had a... No, what? I'll just say this. Back up. On the way to school from Mona, I'll say 3 minutes before this little conversation has just started, Mona would be walking to school, and he would pass by Ida walking with him for a bit until Ida races off ahead. He would then pass by a guy who slack-jawed over a quite voluptuous woman with a quirk that allows him to have his jaw hit the floor. Monoma would then accidentally bump into him and copy the quirk. Now we go back to this conversation. Monoma would accidentally use this jaw-dropping quirk. Darjeeling would see this and start laughing non-stop. Monoma sees what's happening and gets flustered, saying, "What the hell? I didn't copy anyone." He goes silent for a bit, thinking back to the events that had just transpired before. He then picks up his jaw and just says, "Just let me copy your quirk for a bit, just so I can get rid of this stinky thing." Darjeeling agrees, and Monoma just goes on his way. Now, back to into her class, she's greeted by 2 people. Well, I shall say this as references. She's greeted by a few people, but one guy catches her attention. A guy with purple hair that's all messed up, who almost looks as dead on the inside as a Razorhead. This purple-haired boy would then look towards Darjeeling and get up from his desk and walk over to her. It's Shinzo, but he would then introduce himself, saying, "Ah, I see. You've arrived. Nice to meet you, Darjeeling. Miss Gray. I've been expecting your appearance. From what I've been told, Nezu said that you will be helping me with my quirk." No, wait, back up. That's foreshadowing. I accidentally missed the scene. Damn it. No, just scratch all the Shinzo meeting part. Shinzo would just nod, just say good morning, and go back to his seat. Now, stuff would happen, and this time around, 1A would not be doing the quirk exam straight away. They will be going to the presentation, the beginning of the year assembly / orientation. Everyone would be seated in their seats, and we cut Darjeeling backstage, trying to calm her nerves. She would then be approached by Nezu, saying, "Are you okay, Miss Gray?" Darjeeling would just nod and then say, "I'm just not good with crowds. I haven't been in a crowd in a while, ever since I joined St. Gloriana's. So being a student council president, even though I was one back then, I always had my vice do the speeches while I was in the back. So this is nerve-wracking for me." Nezu gives a chuckle and reassure her that she'll do fine, and that he goes onto the stage to announce. As everyone would see this little mouse man go onto the stage, he would then tap the mic. "Hello, is this thing working? Testing." President Mike would then give a thumbs up from the back. Nezu then smiles, saying, I welcome you all to UA. I will be your principal for the time that you're here. My name is Nezu. As you can all tell, I am not human. I'm actually an animal with a super intelligence quirk. Yes, quirked animals are real, and I am proof of that. I've been around for quite a while, and I've managed teachers of all sorts, and seen the heroes pass on and on. So I would like to formally introduce you guys. I would like to formally welcome you guys to UA. But that's not all. I'm sure some people have caught on to the secret test we've had. The secret part of the entrance exam, not just the practical, but also the written. There's two secret things about the written exam. One, I put some purposely grammar mistakes into it. And two, well, whoever spotted it would be guaranteed a position and first to go for the student council president. Now, I would like to introduce you to UA's current first ever student council and just the president right now. I would like to introduce everyone to UA's first student council president. So Darjeeling would walk up and everyone would be awestruck. Even Ida, who didn't know this, even though he passed by Darjeeling on the way inside. Mona would just say, "You go, girl," from his area near 1B, catching the eye of Kendo. His friend. Or her friend. His friend. Darjeeling would go up with paper on the stand and just say, "Hello, I'm Darjeeling Gray. I will be your student council president for this term. Even though you all didn't vote for me, I hope I can make up for this by doing what I can to help you. And if you're wondering about my quirk, I'm still figuring things out for myself about it, but all I know is its name, Ghost Division. And from what I can tell, and from what I've done, I can summon tanks. Tanks of all sorts and sizes. But it looks like I can only summon World War II era. Not too sure that I can unlock more. Maybe some modern ones. But who knows? Now then." She then looks down at her paper, takes a deep breath, and say, "I'm glad you're all here, and I appreciate Principal Nezu for giving me this opportunity to help everyone learn. As I stated before, while I was not elected to the position, I will be humble and I'll keep the student council doors open anytime someone needs advice or help. Nezu has also stated I can pick my people on my council. However, I don't like doing that. So from right now, I will be approving an election for vice president. Whoever wants to run for it, go for it. Make a convincing campaign. And maybe you even get my vote. After all, this is we live in a democracy. Why not treat everything as such? Now, for my promises, as Nezu said I would have to make some, like I did back in the day, I promise everyone that, well, this will be a fun school year. And I'll do everything in my power to make sure everyone gets fair treatment. Even the people in the general studies. I'll make sure we get special treatment. Not special, but enough special treatment to make sure each individual class section, from general studies to the hero course, and even the support course, are treated fairly. She would then give a little hiccup like I just did. I swear that wasn't planned. I just have a little hiccup in there. I didn't plan for my actual hiccup to happen. Which causes everyone to just kind of say cute. She then just get embarrassed and start studying her words. She'll start losing her words, not knowing what to say. Nezu, seeing what's happening, would go up saying, "That's okay, Miss Darjeeling. Miss Gray. If you don't want to say anything else and compose yourself, you can. I'll finish up the rest of your speech." Darjeeling nods and quickly goes away. Nezu would say, "I apologize, everyone. She hasn't spoke to in a crowd for a while. Now, a little bit about her history. She was the student council president back in a British private school. Our sister school, actually. She was the student council president for St. Gloriana's. So I assure you, she is the perfect fit for this position. And like she said, I will also be approving her action of allowing the vice president to be in an election run. Ballots will be available up until, I'll say, tomorrow. If no one runs, I'll have Darjeeling pick someone at random. I'll have Miss Gray pick someone at random. Now, everyone, I hope this will be a fun year, and go on and enjoy the year as much as you can. Everyone then begin leaving. Then we cut to Darjeeling, who's currently in the gym, in 1A, waiting with Aizawa talking to him. With Aizawa saying, "You really screwed up your presentation. You really screwed up your speech, didn't you?" With Darjeeling responding with, "Shut up. I haven't talked to a crowd in a while, and honestly, the crowd was a lot bigger than my previous one. So shut up." Darjeeling would then start chuckling a bit, saying, like, "You really are like this, aren't you?" Well then. Now let's put your bet to a test, shall we? Darjeeling gets a smile. "Oh, you're on." Causing 1A walks in and say, "Wow, nice." Saying, like, I would say Mina would instantly go up to her and say, "Oh my god, you're Miss Gray. Your speech was awesome. Sure, you were... you could have done better in your speech, but you did awesome. Never fault yourself. You did good. You did great, in fact. Don't fault yourself because of it." Darjeeling would just smile and saying, "Thank you. Who are you again?" Darjeeling would chuckle, or Mina would chuckle, saying, "Oh, you haven't never introduced myself. I'm Mina. I am Mina Ashido. Nice to meet you." Darjeeling was just like, well, nice to meet you." "Oh, no worries." I just hope you guys all are awesome. And no need to worry. I know how you can be sometimes. They told me. Wait, what? They told you what? Oh, me and Monoma. Monoma and Ida. Ida. They're good friends of mine. Well, at least Ida is. I'm unsure about Monoma. As she would say this, Monoma would walk in saying, and what'd you just say about me, Ina? What'd you say about me, Miss Ashiro? Oh, nothing, Tenya. Or nothing, Ida. Stop with that. I'm not formal. Not the formal one like you. So no need to be so formal around me. Okay, Ida. Okay, Tanya. Thank you. Now then. Darjeeling, I'm happy you got your position, and just so you know, Ida would pull out a form. I will be running for student council president. And I assure you, I am not gonna lose. As Darjeeling would give a chuckle, saying, "Oh, Ida, good luck. If you win, I hope we'll be one of the best teams, one of the best councils this school has ever seen. AKA, we're one of the only councils, but that won't stop us." As Ida would then say, "Oh, wow, why are you here? Aren't you a general studies student?" As Darjeeling would say, "Yeah, I am. But in my contract for student council president and the student council in general, we have to interact with every section of the school. Every class, from general studies to the heroic studies. Or hero training. We go everywhere. We help everyone, and we make sure everyone can do the best they can. While keeping a nice, orderly system just in case our teachers can't, well, teach us one day. The student council is there as a backup measure. At least from what Nezu's told me." He just does his robot hand chop, saying, "Oh, that makes sense." Then he sees Bakugo, and then goes off to do his canon speech, his canon argument with him. Now time would pass, and they would all be the quirk examination test, the quirk assessment. Aizawa was saying, "Well, before we do anything, before I have anyone do something, I want to test out a theory of mine on Darjeeling's quirk, or Miss Gray's quirk." As Darjeeling was just saying, "Oh, what tank do you want me to use? I only can use 2 right now. I'm pretty sure I can do more. Just, I only know how to use 2. Want me to use the Firefly, the 17-pounder Firefly? Sherman Firefly, do you want me to use the Churchill Mark 7? Aizawa thinks for a bit, saying, just Firefly. If it doesn't work, you'll launch that ball pretty far. That's fair. That is perfect. She does her Firefly summon pose, thanks to Monoma helping her find it. She would get in, and Aizawa would then use his quirk, but the tank's still there. Aizawa then sighs, saying, "Why did I make that bet with Nezu? It's a tank. It's a physical object. Why wouldn't it be there? Why would it not get erased? Why would it get erased? It's a tank, not a quirk. But that doesn't explain how it can just disappear." Aizawa then gets another theory of his. Since what he can tell, the tank, if Darjeeling's out of it, disintegrates after about an hour or 2. So he gets an idea. But he hands the ball to Darjeeling, saying, "Okay, Miss Gray. Use your tank to launch the bar as far as you can. You can use anything you can, just launch it as far as you can." Darjeeling would get a wicked smile, loads the ball into a loader, into the breach, and fires the gun herself, even though the tank automatically drives with her thoughts. the ball will go flying, and everyone would just see some dust fly up from across the way. Aizawa looks down at his phone saying, "Impressive. That's pretty far, and that's actually the optimal range for a tank of that caliber. Not bad. You even had to arc the shot and had to judge wind distance. That's not bad at all, Miss Darjeeling. Or Miss Gray. You may go now. I'm pretty sure Nezu wants to speak to you about assigning the other roles." As Darjeeling would nod and go away, wishing Class A good luck, leaving her tank there. Now, now we're kind of Aizawa's perspective after the quirk exam, being an hour later. He sees the tank about to disintegrate. There's a tell sign where the barrel starts smoking when no one's in it, or fired. So Aizawa uses his quirk, and the smoking stops. Aizawa thinks to himself, so I can use this to help Miss Gray prolong the use of her quirk, just in case she has command a different tank at once. I have a feeling that she can command multiple tanks at once. She doesn't know how to yet. Because the Ghost Division had a lot of Rommel's Ghost Division had a lot of tanks in it. So I'm pretty sure if given enough time, she can probably add like 12 or so tanks to her division, and have one command tank. That's what I'm assuming her main weakness is. If they attack the main tank and disable it, she won't be able to be able to summon another tank to cover for her. The other tank will immediately start smoking until she gets into one. Interesting. That's an interesting concept indeed. I'll have to talk to her about it, and maybe train her how to do it, just in case. Just my theory about summoning multiple tanks, and summoning one tank gets into it, gets out of it, and summons another one to act as their command, and then get into the old one to act as their command vehicle. I'll talk to her about that. And that's where I'm going to end off this episode, guys. It's slightly shorter than the others, but keep in mind I have 2 of them to record. I have 3 of them to record. Well, I might do 2, actually, because it's pretty late into the night now. Anyways, hope you guys like this part 2, and there will be another one out right now. So,